Right after this brouhaha just started back in 2015, I had a chance to catch up with Jack Phillips, the baker in question, that ultimately would prompt this Supreme Court decision today. He was arguing on religious grounds and more that he simply wanted to do what he said the Lord was telling him to do. Take a look. When you heard that the Supreme Court ruled, and to your lawyer's point, a 5-4 decision in favor of gay marriage, as apparently a very deeply religious man, how did you feel?
I was disappointed in the court's decision, but it's a different decision than what my case is. My case is the government is trying to force me to violate my personal religious freedom and, create a cake for a ceremony that I have objections to.
Now, in the meantime, let's say you lose this case on appeal, and what they're saying is someone comes in, a heterosexual couple, a homosexual couple, you have to provide for them. No difference. What do you do?
There is no difference. I treat all of my customers the same. I've been doing this for 40 years.
No, I understand that, but you won't make a cake for a gay wedding.
Correct.
Right? You will for a heterosexual one.
Right now, we're not. We're not making any wedding cakes. So that's taken a pretty good chunk of my business away.
All right, so just to be clear, at the time, because there was the dust up over making a cake for a same-sex couple, he just stopped, that is, the baker in question, Jack Phillips, from doing cakes for anyone, a heterosexual couple. All that stops presumably today, or he can return to making cakes for anyone today, most likely heterosexual couples, obviously, in that event. To the attorney who argued this case among the winning team before the United States Supreme Court, Jeremey Tedesco. Jeremey, good to have you.
Thanks for having us on, Neil.
How was this decided, and how did two liberal justices go along? On what grounds?
Well, the court basically said, look, the government shouldn't be hostile to people on the basis of their religious beliefs. That kind of hostility has no place in our society. One of the commissioners in the case, and this is, I think, what really caught the attention of the court, it certainly did of Justice Kennedy at the arguments, actually said at one of the hearings in Jack's case that she found religious freedom to be a despicable piece of rhetoric. And Justice Kennedy asked very pointed questions about that at argument. And I think that idea that the government shouldn't be hostile to people of faith, that they shouldn't be able to bully and push people out of the marketplace simply because of their deeply held religious convictions about marriage. And that garnered 7 votes in favor of Jack Phillips. It's a great day for us. I heard your question where you asked him, what if you lose? And I'm so glad we don't have to answer that question today. Jack Phillips won, and he won in a way that reaffirmed the idea that government has no business punishing or targeting people because of their religious beliefs.
Still, they did go out of their way, the justices, and especially Anthony Kennedy's ruling on this, to not interpret this more broadly than was the case, that this was isolated and not a precedent setter. What did you make of that?
Well, you can't say that Justice Kennedy said it only applies to Jack Phillips. I mean, that's just not true. The reality is the court did go out of its way to say, there's other cases that are going to present the free speech issue about creative expression that we'll reserve for another day. But make no mistake, this is an important ruling. It reaffirms that principle that government hostility towards religion has no place in our society. But it also talked about unequal application of the law, where the government favors some views over others. And that happened in this case, too. 3 Colorado bakeries were asked to create cakes opposing same-sex marriage. Now, they said they didn't want to create them because they supported same-sex marriage, and the Colorado Civil Rights Commission, when they received complaints of discrimination about those situations, said, you're fully exonerated. No discrimination here to see at all. Yet they're prosecuting Jack Phillips to the full extent of the law. He opposes same-sex marriage and is being forced by the government to promote same-sex marriage through his art. There has to be an even playing field for free speech. That's the idea of the First Amendment. And so it's not just the religious hostility that played a part in this ruling. It's also the fact that the state of Colorado is unevenly applying its law, favoring some views, those who support same-sex marriage, over those who oppose same-sex marriage. And the government has no business playing those kind of favorites in the free speech context.
Still, I'm not sure it was so black and white in that regard, Jeremy. Maybe you can help me out here, because I know it was balancing the respect for sincere religious beliefs versus practices that could target persons with further indignities, for example, in the gay community. So if the exact same case were to be brought up in a separate situation, is it such a given that the justices would rule in favor of the individual?
Well, there can't be a given because the court said we're reserving that issue for another day. But what I'm saying is that the court's decision isn't as narrow as some people are telling you. I think there's plenty of principles within that decision that expand far beyond just Jack Phillips. I mean, simply the principle of the government can't be hostile to people because of their religious beliefs is a very important principle. It's great to have that reaffirmation from the court.
But how do you know some people then, Jeremy, won't seize on this and say, all right, on religious grounds, I don't want to make a cake for a mixed marriage couple. I don't want to make a cake for, you know, a mixed religious couple. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. The reality is the court said race is unique, it's distinct, it's special. Race discrimination has no place in our society, and I would suspect that the court would say in the race context, that's not going to be tolerated. But the Jack Phillips one doesn't change what's going to happen in the hypothetical case that arises in the race context. And I think it's also important to understand that it's not like we didn't face that argument all throughout this case. It was in the opposing briefing, it was mentioned in the court, and the court still ruled in favor of Jack Phillips. So, you know, obviously that analogy didn't carry the day, and it shouldn't, because race is different, it's distinct, it's unique. And our society's commitment, historically and constitutionally, to eradicate race discrimination is a special thing that is preserved for that issue. And Jack Phillips winning his case isn't going to upset that at all, and it shouldn't.
Has Mr. Phillips told you what he intends to do now? When I had last chatted with him, he stopped making cakes, period, heterosexual or homosexual couples, whether he would get back into the business of making cakes, in this case, for heterosexual couples.
Well, you know, Jack needs to get back into the wedding cake industry. When this ruling came down from the commission, he had to walk away from the wedding cake industry. That was 40% of his business. I mean, he has suffered financially, but also emotionally. I mean, just the toll this has taken on his family, the death threats. His wife, he's told me stories about how his wife couldn't just bring herself to come to the shop because she was so afraid for her life. And so, you know, to have his situation vindicated by the court is just so relieving to Jack. He's going to be able to get back into the industry. I mean, we certainly have to evaluate the decision and advise him on the best approach to do that. But, you know, we're considering all those options right now. But Jack has every intention of getting back into doing the art that he loves the most, and that's creating wedding cakes.
Jeremey Tedesco, thank you very much, part of the victorious winning team here.